I have the headphones on because I'm listening to a video while I'm cooking, but I wanted to show you guys. So we're going to make these little foil pouches for the fish. We got some lemon, and I like to just a little bit cook my mushrooms and onions before I put them in with the fish, because I think it gives it a little bit of caramelization. So you definitely want to, if you like them raw and they have that raw flavor, which they get when you bake them, you can just keep them. But I like to cook them a little bit before I put them in with the fish. And then I'm also going to add a little ginger, a little garlic to the fish with some butter and some olive oil, salt and pepper. And then, yeah, it'll be good to go. It'll be good to go in the oven. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you this part. I'm not going to turn off the video. I'm going to pause it so that there'll be other segments attached to it, because I don't want to post a 1-minute video. But I will show you once I get the fish pouches all ready to go in the oven, I'll show you again, okay? All right, so we got the onions and the mushrooms cooked up. We're going to add this to the fish on top. We're going to just put the onions and mushroom into the fish. And then we're going to get some butter. We use a lot of butter in cooking. It's not good to go overboard with butter, but it is good to use it because it has butyric, I don't know how to say that, but I think it's butyric acid, which is actually really good for your body. But you have to have, you have to have some moderation. You have to have some control. You can't just go like completely out of control with butter. But a few pats of butter on top of the fish is good. We want to cook the fish in a lot of people make a mistake when they bake fish, and they basically put the fish in the oven in a baking dish just like that. And the problem with that is that the fish dries out really, really fast. So you want to cook it in the juices, the lemon juice, the butter, the olive oil. Oops, I forgot to put olive oil and salt and pepper on this bad boy. So let's put some pepper on there. And then we're going to get the flake salt that we had before that will dissolve in the heat. Sorry. I'm in the way. I'm sorry. Oh, I was in the way. You were trying to get by. All right, so we got the salt again. We're going to sprinkle a little bit on there and a little bit on there. And then I'm cooking a chicken thigh for my daughter because she's not a big fan of fish. So I don't want to waste... it's not wasting it on her. I don't want to say it like that, but fish is so expensive. Like nowadays, especially halibut, which is what we're eating, it's like $28 a pound. Now this was pre-frozen, so it's not fresh, so it's not that much money, but it's still a lot of money. And I just don't want to give it, to somebody who's not going to appreciate it. You know what I mean? Looks like one thing I forgot was the olive oil. So I'm going to sprinkle a little olive oil on the fish to help keep it moist while cooking. If you take 2 tablespoons of olive oil a day, it's really good for your cholesterol. I'm doing some research on cholesterol because my cholesterol is a little bit high, not much, but a little bit. And so I've been doing some research, and they recommend 2 teaspoons of olive oil a day. Tablespoons. Just taking it straight. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know how it tastes. But, so now we're not going to poke any holes in this fish, okay? We're going to leave them all sealed up and put them in a baking dish so if it leaks, it doesn't go everywhere. And then we're going to go ahead and stick these in the oven when the food is almost done. And now we got my daughter's chicken. We're going to put some salt on there. She does not eat pepper, so we're not going to add pepper. We are going to bring the chicken over here. Here's her chicken breast, or chicken thigh, sorry. And we're going to get some onion powder and some garlic powder for the chicken. So we put a little salt on it, a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, and then we're going to top it with some olive oil. I've gotten really into using olive oil because of the effects it has on your cholesterol. And my daughter is a little bit, has a little bit of excessive weight, and so we're working on some healthy stuff for her. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil. There we go. Get that all mixed up. And she doesn't like mushrooms and onions, so I don't put that stuff in her food, but I love it, so I use it in my food. All right, let's get this in the oven. We're going to turn this around so you guys can see the oven. We're gonna put this in here, and then we're gonna turn, actually we're gonna put the fish on the top. Well, no, we'll leave the potatoes. We'll turn the potatoes sideways, because that's a smaller pot. And then we're gonna put her chicken in there. And there we go. And now we're gonna just stir up the potatoes before we close the oven up. We're gonna give these potatoes a little bit of a stir. And then we're gonna just go ahead and close that up. All right, well now we're gonna make a small salad or some vegetables to go with dinner. We're not gonna use that cutting board because that cutting board had raw chicken and raw fish on it, so we're not gonna use that, but we are gonna get some vegetables. I'm trying to decide what I wanna make for dinner. I think we'll do some cucumber pieces and some zucchini pieces. I think will be good. Yeah, because I have to go to the store tomorrow anyway. I'll have to get Winston more zucchini because he eats zucchini. So we're just going to make some vegetable sticks here. We're not going to do anything fancy with them. We're just going to do some sticks to have with dinner. Raw is best with the skin on because most vegetables, not all, but most vegetables keep their nutrients in the skin. So when you peel them, you're taking off a lot of nutrients. So we just leave the skin on and cut them into sticks, and probably add some carrots to this. So we'll have a little bit of zucchini sticks, a little bit of cucumber sticks, and a little bit of carrot sticks. So the best way to eat vegetables, if you can, I know not everybody likes it, but if you can, is to eat them just raw and in their best. Now, cucumbers are the exception. They do keep most of their nutrients in the skin, but a lot of places put a lot of wax on the cucumber skin. So while I want the skin, I don't want all the skin because that wax is not the best. So what I'll do is I'll peel off part of it. I'll peel off a section here and there just to limit the amount of wax because there's a lot of wax on cucumber skin. So I'll just cut that, you know, see how I did it? I just peeled off a section just to get rid of some of that wax. It's not really dangerous for you. It's just kind of gums things up. It's just not the best. So that's just my preference. But I could peel the whole thing, but I really do want the nutrients that are in the skin. So we got our zucchini sticks. And let's see, I'm just cutting these into sticks. We're just gonna do some cucumber sticks. And then we'll throw a couple of carrots on the plate. So everything is raw and in its best form. And what I'm gonna save for the vegetables is going to feed Winston because Winston eats a lot of cucumber and a lot of zucchini. He loves so I'm going to save some of these sticks for Winston because we don't need all of them. We're only probably 2 or 3 a piece. And there's 3 of us, so that would be 6 or 9. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so then we'll save this for Winston, and then we'll do the same thing with cucumber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we'll do 6 and 6, and then we'll do a couple of carrots. All right, so that's it. We got our cucumber and our zucchini. We'll just put those on the plate with some carrots. My daughter loves carrots, so we're gonna add some carrots to each plate. And then we'll, here, I'll show you. And then we'll add the potatoes and the fish when it's done. I'll take the fish out and let it rest. So I'll show you, here's the plates. We're gonna get the zucchini. And you know, you can dip this in dressing, but it's really just better if you just eat it by itself. It really is. It's so much better for you. There's so much calories and fat in dressing that it's just so much better if you just eat it by itself. I highly recommend you eat it by itself, but everybody does their own thing, so I don't want to tell you how to eat, but it's much better for you if you just do it by itself. Whoops, Angie didn't get any cucumber, so let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got a couple of celery, a couple of cucumber. You can do celery. You can just throw some kale on there. You know, anything to get a little more vegetables into your diet. And then we're going to add like 3 or 4 carrots to the plate, and then we'll add the potatoes and the fish when it's done. So instead of, if you don't want to do a small salad, you could just do something like this. I've been doing this for my kids for years. Kind of got away from it when they became teenagers and they started kind of deciding what they wanted to eat. It wasn't the best. So now that I'm trying to help my daughter with her weight and my own weight and my own health, here's the plates, and then we'll have a portion of fish and a small portion of potatoes. Remember that when you're trying to lose weight, the biggest thing you can cut out is carbs. And, you know, you want to look up what has carbs in it, because a lot of people think corn is a really good vegetable, but corn is almost primarily carbs. So if you're going low carb, you don't want to eat a lot of corn. Butter is a carb. There's lots and lots and lots of carbs, okay? So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I'll probably do a third video when everything's done.